Good day, excitable entrants egging on anarchy. I'm Unsilent, and we're back with more of Episode 1 Racer. We are just about halfway through the Galactic Pod Racing circuit. We have passed, I believe we're up to 16 past. Poor Scrapper's Run on Semi-Pro circuit holding us back. But once we pass all those, and then we get through the Endoprime Centurum and Abyss at Ordabana, and then whatever number 3 is, we'll be able to complete our goal of winning all 25 races in Episode 1 Racer. But the trick is, we've got to pass Race 18 first before we can think about getting to Race 25. And Race 18 is the Endoprime Adobe Mountain Run. We were struggling with this in the last episode of Episode 1 Racer. You might have watched it yesterday. We finished, 6th or 7th or something like that. Maybe 8th. Anyway, it wasn't particularly pretty. And slowly but surely, like this thing, the acceleration repair's been repaired, because I think that's holding us back a bit. But the other problem is, the acceleration costs more than anything else in the whole game. I've only got 4,500 Truggets, and I can't even afford this middle of the road one. And I don't want to spend all my Truggets on a slight improvement to the one I have now. Holding out for this one, but I don't think I'm going to get there. Not anytime soon. So let's go. Let's see if we can take the worst pod in the game all the way to the end.
Elan Mak, just who nailed this mysterious box. He sure impressed us with his qualifying laps, whoever he is.
Still can't figure out how to do the boost off the line. I've tried it so many different ways, but anyway, we're going to try and stick on the tail of... No, we aren't. We're just going to go right by Mahonic. He is the track champion. I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure that going right is the right way to go. Although I'm also 90% sure, if you watched the last episode, that the laws of physics and artificial intelligence don't actually matter when you can't actually see the other pods on the screen with you. So now that we know the track, it makes things a lot easier because we know we can hit the boost there. I got a little chicken shit there. Go through there. We know this is the shortcut here. The shortcut that is so shorty and cutty and secrety that they don't even put it on the map. At a certain point, you have to just forego any sense of ethics if you want to win. It's the old racer's adage, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I mean, it's not like old NASCAR crew chief Smokey Yunick level of cheating. I mean, that man would find a gray area in any rule book. My favorite Smokey Yunick story... Now, Smokey Yunick was an old-timey NASCAR crew chief and mechanic who was infamous for finding the gray area in any rulebook. So if it wasn't specifically written down, Smokey would exploit it. And my favorite Smokey Yunick story, and I think it is kind of mentioned in Days of Thunder, is NASCAR had regulations for your fuel tank had to be this much in capacity, couldn't be any bigger. The hose connecting the fuel tank to the engine could only be this long. But Smokey noticed that they made a slight mistake, a slight omission in their rulebook, and that says that it didn't say how wide the fuel hose could be that connected the fuel tank to the engine. So in discovering this, Smokey, I forget how many gallons Smokey managed to extract out of the slightly wider fuel hose, but that was his thing, was he was able to find just little things like that. But it was gallons. It wasn't even like it was a ridiculously, twice the size fuel hose, although very well could have been. But that was Smokey Yunick's thing, was just like, if you don't write it down and I can get a performance advantage, I'm going to exploit it. Was it Smokey built a car that wasn't... it wasn't one-to-one the size of the actual real-world car, and he found it went faster in a straight line because it was a little lower than the actual real-world car. Just little things like that is what Smoky Eunuch did. It just a slightly lower roof so it wouldn't drag in the wind. Get a little more straight line speed. I mean, it's not... What? I was going to say, did Smokey find a way to do the nitrous bottle? Because at one point, I think AJ Foyt, and I forget who else, may or may not have been Smokey involved, it wouldn't surprise me, actually put, this is back in the 70s, mind, put a little nitrous bottle in the roll cage of the car. So for qualifying, you give that a little squirt, and all of a sudden, you're taking off and well in front of everyone else. And there we go, across the line. It took us a while, but we finally passed this one. And picked up Mothorns, or whatever the hell his name was. You see, I remember him from episode 1. Pick up his pod. Mahonic. Mothorn. Jeez. And now, has to be Ordabana, doesn't it? Just has to be. It's Ordabana for Death Row's Revenge. See, anytime I see Sebulba behind me, I get a little worried. Because all he has to do is pull to the left. His left... Our right as we look at it, and I'm on fire. So, we will... You know what this track actually reminds me of? It reminds me of the... Oh my! I did not expect that. It reminds me of like the refinery level from what's it called? No crap. I pulled up at just the right time. And I've managed to hold on as a result. And this is a nerve-wracking set of every... Wow. Wow. But it's not even like they're boosting or anything. It's just like, oh, hey, look how fast I am. Just get past them all on the boost. It reminds me of the refinery level from Twisted Metal 4. It's a new lap record. Well, swell. Since I've never run it before, damn well better be. Oh, crap. Okay, never mind. We seem to have, quite accidentally, but quite effectively, found a shortcut. What's the point of finding a shortcut if they're just going to, like, magically teleport in front of you? Really? Don't even flash the end screen. It's like, no, if you're gonna job me out, game, I mean, don't even try. It wasn't even on pace or anything. It was just on, we're going to fuck you over. Don't even try. Let's try this again and see if the game doesn't try jobbing me out. Lights out, and away we go! Gonna use a copious amount of boost to get into the lead there. Now, let's see how long it takes them. Ah. Okay, that went wellish. Nope, that went poorly. Now we find ourselves behind Odie Mandrell again after that. We're a little closer through this section though. Unfortunately, not a lot of room to make the pods too wide on some of these straights. No, you've got to be kidding me. Now we're just gonna hit boost. Oh, we're gonna get by him just at the line. I will take second. Since Odie Mandrell is inexplicably... Oh my goodness, they tied for third. It was a dead heat to the 1000th for third. Since Odie Mandrell is a cheating gypsy and managed to find his way to the P1 by 11 seconds through video gaming and artificial intelligence trickery. Nevertheless, we've successfully transferred to the next race, which is back to Boonta. Didn't we just do Boonta like 3 races ago? We did do Boonta literally 3 races ago. But instead of the Grabvine Gateway, it's going to be Fire Mountain Rally. Well, I'm good at Dirt Rally, so you know what? This has to be a good thing, right? If it's called Rally. Then again, I look at that and I'm like, nah, it's not a good thing if it's called Rally. They're going to start us right into the hairpin. That's just villainous. This is going to be a calamity in turn 1. But hopefully my superior cornering will help me out there. Hopefully it'll help me a little more here. If I remember correctly, EB Endicott is one of the better turning pods in the game. Somebody's coming up on the minimap like a bat out of hell. I'm going down the highway like a bat out of hell. I don't know the rest of the words of the song. It's Meatloaf. Who in my age bracket knows Meatloaf? I think you have to be north of like 50 or 60 to really be a big fan of Meatloaf who didn't know the words of his songs. Oh my goodness, even with all the turning in the world, this is a difficult section to maneuver through. Oh, this is why they call it the Fire Mountain Rally, because there's an actual... Woo! Through the steam off the lava. Oh, don't fall down in there. It's a cool visual, though. I will give them that. Let's just kind of follow the straightish path and see what happens. Oh, that was close. This is harrowing. That was very much more trouble than I wanted it to be. How long is this lap anyway? We're at 2.5 minutes, and I don't think we're coming into the stadium section yet. Oh no, here we go. We're coming back. I call it the stadium section because it reminds me a bit of the old Hockenheim. You go out into the woods, and then you come back into this tight little Mickey Mouse section in with the grandstands. Old Hockenheim, best Hockenheim. Oh, he got by. Just as I'm like basically crawling through that section off throttle, Endicott gets by me, but you're going to apply a little judicious boost. And we're going to try and stretch out a little lead there. There we go. That was... Oh, I think it's let me back. I think it's let me have that shortcut there. It's doing the wrong way arrow, so I was thinking, ah, crap, did I go the wrong way? No, I didn't. Just took a second to realize, he's going the right way, just let him have his stupid shortcut. But that would have been a dick move by the programmers. Let's give them a shortcut, and then tell them that they're disqualified for using it. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the mini-map for any signs of pursuit. Oh, there's a Trade Federation troop transport. So it's not just Naboo that they are going to invade and trade blockade. It's basically anything that has a city and a swamp. Oh, and there we go. Same spot as the last lap. Oh, crap. Well, unlike the last lap, I managed to crash there. Which is going to... Well, I mean, the pod's repaired, so I mean, I guess small miracles, right? We just have to be a lot smarter than everyone else to take that shortcut again. Here, this shortcut here. There we go. Now it's re-registered where my pod is versus the shortcut. And I think that will be just enough to, unless we crash spectacularly and repeatedly, I think that should be just enough to help us get the win. Mind you, I'm looking at that mini-map and we're losing a lot of Speed to Mr. Endicott. Oh, yeah, see there, I'm gonna go do something stupid. Do the kink, and then we're across the line for the win! I didn't think we'd actually pull that one off. However, that will unlock the Boonta Classic, the final race in the standard part of Episode 1 Racer. Yes, this is the same race from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. There you can get a brief look at the track, but it's not really, it doesn't really do much justice on the track. It is about as painful as it looks in the movie. Except the good thing is we have unlimited respawns in this race, whereas you don't in the movie. I would normally want to watch the prelude for the Boonta Classic, but after all, it does take... I'd have to reload, and... You know what? Let's just go. It's the final race of the Galactic Pod Racing Circuit. Lights out, and well, that was a delayed call of the start. Got Sebulba right next to me. Oh, I don't want to be there. I vaguely remember one of the... There are lots of these sections in this track where it'll... Oh, kick you through a bunch of bridges, a bunch of rock bridges that you have to dodge. And we only need to come top 3. Which might be important because Sebulba is quite strong. Oh, he will clean out the path for us, though. What we need is just some space to use a boost. That was a well-timed dodge there, as fire shoots up from there to represent the shots by the Tusken Raiders. Oh, we're on fire. Sandcrawler. I mean, honestly, this should be a closed circuit. I don't mind the protest attempted murder from the Sand people. But the Sandcrawler randomly just kind of driving its way through a race course is a bit annoying. Now this part's familiar. This is from the Boonta training course. So is this. I think we're nearing the end of the lap, though I could be wrong. I think we have to be nearing the end of the lap. Whoop, whoop. I'm not even going to question how he managed to use that barricade as a ramp as we take the long way round. No, I'm not going to sing that line from Cups again. It is a very sweat mode inducing track, this, because it's just changing directions all the time. You've got all these obstacles to get in your way. I mean, even if there is no rain, you still can't see all obstacles in your way. Because all the obstacles just randomly show up in front of you. That being said, even if you can't see all obstacles in your way, it is going to be a bright, sunshiny day. Ooh, we're on fire. I think we're good. Yeah, the pod... Oh, that... You know you're hit because the pod starts to slide out of control just before it registers that you're on fire. And that's what sent me careening out of control. Boy, that was a poorly placed Sandcrawler. Go back and I look at the minimap. Somebody's coming right up on top of me right now. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. The problem with... Oh no, I crashed into Sebulba. And I think he's pretty well immune from that. Now we're in trouble because we have to finish in the top 3 to pass here. We're gonna get by whoever the hell that was for second. No. Well, we had to go through there because I kind of pigeonholed myself into that. I'm hoping there's no sand people firing up on the top part here. But oh my goodness, everyone is right. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright. We've got good boost capabilities, and we've got good top speed, and we've got good turning, so. Got P4. Took that turn exceptionally wide. I don't care. Let it catch fire. We passed it. On fire. But we did it. Ooh, that was close. Damn sand people. Granted, I did most of that to myself. But the important thing is we passed. There's Gasgano in second, so where the hell did Anakin go? Anakin wasn't even allowed in this race. Qui-Gon was able to successfully negotiate a trade deal, and so Anakin didn't need to go into the Boonta Classic race.
The fastest pod racer in the galaxy. Subulba.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, it's Sebulba won, so... You ever think Gasgano has an unfair advantage because he has 4 arms? There we are, soaking in the adulation of the Boonta Eve crowd. And I think this is the credits, yes it is. So that will bring to an end this episode of Episode 1 Racer, since they're ending it for me. Thanks very much for joining me on another episode of this journey through Star Wars racing. Someday I'll look back on this and wonder... Actually, I'm not sure anybody's ever going to... I don't think it's going to be anybody's going to go back, 20 years from now, if YouTube's still around, and look and ask, was there ever a Star Wars racing game, and what was it like? And everybody would be looking for TIE Fighter instead of Episode 1 Racer, let's be honest. So we're not going to do the wrap-up, even though the credits are rolling. By wrap-up, I mean the review in comparison to modern games. That we will save for another time, perhaps the next episode of Episode 1 Racer, but that's not until next week. So thanks very much for joining me through Episode 1 Racer. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, share on social media, follow on social media, all that fun stuff, and we will be back to complete Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. So until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me, and we will see you next time.